In this video, I'm going to explain how to use side 2 of the position articulation card. It's a great idea to begin articulation therapy with this card because it is easy to target a certain sound in a specific position in order to provide excellent articulation practice. The first thing I want you to notice on the left-hand side of the card are the 11 different target sounds that are listed there. Each of these 11 sounds have 3 sentences with a target sound in a certain position of words. So there are 33 different sentences to use with the same activity. Isn't that fantastic? Okay, let's take a closer look at an example of these sentences. So if you have a child that is working on the initial F sound, that child would say sentence number 1 before getting a turn to do the activity. I feel like finding a few fun bird eggs. As you can see, they would have the opportunity to practice saying an initial F sound 4 times in that sentence. Now that is good practice. If a child was working on the medial F sound, they would say sentence number 2 when it was their turn. I will be careful when I open a perfect, colorful egg. They would practice 3 medial F sounds in that sentence. And then the third sentence would be for a child working on final F sounds. If I help this baby bird enough, it will be safe. They would practice the final F sound 3 times. So as you can see, anytime you have a child that needs to work on an initial sound, they will always use sentence number 1. Children that need medial sounds use sentence number 2, and those who need work on final sounds use sentence number 3. But everyone is using the same activity. Now, one of the best features of the position articulation card is that a child can work on multiple sounds using the same activity. So let's say you have a child working on medial L and final K sounds. Well, it's very easy to have this child practice sentences for both of these sounds using the same activity because you have the position articulation card. On the child's first turn, in order to practice the medial L, he would say, allow me to open a colorful egg to find a silly bird. On the child's second turn, he says the following sentence to practice his final K sound. I will pick an egg, break it open, and take the bird to its mother. So another feature of this card is that you can work with multiple students with different target sounds and meet all of their goals using the same activity. Now, this is great news because if you are a speech and language pathologist, this means you do not have to worry about how to group students because when you use the position articulation card, every child works on their individual goals and sounds within a group setting. The other great news is that this saves you a lot of time. You only have to prepare one activity for the whole day. Now think of the hours of prep time you will save using a position articulation card. Okay, now there's just a few little tips that I wanted to share with you that should be helpful. So when you hold the articulation card in your hand, always place your thumb on the target sound you are using. This will help you keep your place as you look back and forth from the child to the card. Also, remember the child does not read the sentences. You say the sentence you want them to use, and then they repeat that sentence to you using their best sounds, and then they get to do the activity. Now, if a child has trouble with a sound, you stop them, help them correct that sound, and then have them put that word back into the sentence and try the sentence again using the correct sound. Okay, I hope this information has been helpful. Remember, after a child masters their target sounds in the initial, medial, and final positions, then it is a great idea to have them start using a high frequency articulation card, because the high frequency card is a much more challenging practice because all of the sounds are mixed together throughout the sentences, and there's a high amount of trials that are embedded in each sentence. So make sure that you go and watch the video for the high frequency articulation card, which you can follow up with after the position card.